All right, hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Wednesday, January the 29th, 2020. And we have a lot to talk about, believe it or not, with only a few matches to review and some projections moving forward. Some Vegas odds, by the way. But that's it. Let's roll. Let's jump right in.
Okay.
All right. I got a little confused right there. I see this video playing. Let's start today's show with this video. So this is, I think, it's Lucas Hubat.
Yeah, he was playing, mixed doubles at the Australian Open with Swiatek, and there was a ball that came at him, and I imagine this is how Nadal feels today, and maybe Wawrinka.
This is a good tactic, by the way. So check this video out. This is a good tactic, especially in doubles. Correct me if I'm wrong. Good tactic or not?
I don't know if it's good. There we go. I'll make it. There we go. All right. Awesome. So there he is, ducking. Ooh.
Show it again.
Clipped right. It's replaying. Clipped him right in the ear. I don't know if I could go for anyone's face doing that.
Oh, I've seen you get waxed.
Me? But
yeah.
not, I don't think I could go after somebody.
You've tried to wax me before.
Not in the face.
Well,
I go to the chest.
I don't think your target is ever intended to be the face. I think it's supposed to be chest, broadside of the barn, whatever. But I don't think you ever think.
It did clip his ear. Yeah.
Let's go. I like the shot tactic. I mean, look, Carla, I remember you were playing your brother, and he unloaded on one, and it left just a perfect circular bruise right in your thigh. I mean, he thumped you with that.
Yeah, I had a bruise. It said that they saw his sweat come off.
Yeah, and Christopher, our second oldest son, yeah. Remember, he point blank ranged me right in the face. I had blood dripping down my nose.
Well, me too. I turned real quick, and it hit my jaw, and I felt like my jaw went. I couldn't even move it. It was painful. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I remember that day.
I thought I broke my jaw.
Weren't you underhand feeding?
No, I was feeding from the other side, and I said something to Jonathan, and he didn't look and went straight at my face. So when I turned, that ball hit me right there. I wanted to kill him.
I think.
By the way, Jonathan, I'm wearing your sweater since I like it. I like my boys' sweater.
There are some good memories behind that. That was a pretty good ear clipper with a lot of sweat behind it.
Yes.
All right, let's jump right into the Anett Kontaveit versus Simona Halep match. It was a relatively quick match. Carla, let's
53 minutes, 6-1, 6-1. I think that a lot of you guys thought that Kontaveit had a chance, and I said yesterday, there's no way that girl's going to have enough energy for Halep after playing a 3-setter with Swiatek. She came out flat, had no answers. The match was so quick, I'm sure she was ready to go home. 1-1.
Yeah.
What more can we say about this match?
First of all, like Kontaveit a lot, have for a long time. I hope to see her deep in the majors a lot more. Mm-hmm. Halep dominated. Halep, here's a couple stats. Halep had 5 aces, okay, nothing great, but on her small package, her small frame, to get 5 free points, good for her. 78% first serve percentage. She won 50% of her second serve points. She had 5 of 11. She went 5 for 11 on break points. She won 25 receiving points. And total points won 54-34. So the stats are one-sided. I mean, she dominated the match. The better player won.
Yeah.
But Kontaveit is no pushover, and I think Kontaveit will be a top 14 player, top 10 maybe eventually.
Yeah.
But she's not a newcomer.
No, she's not a cucumber. I think that's
quite cucumber.
Cucumber. She's definitely not a cucumber. Sorry, she's not a newcomer. But I think my dad and I were talking for a little while earlier today, and he loves Swiatek. He thinks that she has a big future in tennis, and I agree. And he thought she should have won that match, and I also agree. I think she would have given a better match to Halep.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It didn't happen. But I do agree as well. I think Iga Swiatek, the Polish girl, is absolutely lights out. And we will see more from her. That's a fact.
Definitely. Yep. Next match was Muguruza defeats Pavlyuchenkova 7-5, 6-3. I thought both of these girls came out pretty solid. Both hit the ball hard. Pavlyuchenkova can volley. So can Muguruza. She's learned how to volley because she usually doesn't like to volley. They both broke each other in the beginning.
It was a break fest.
Here's
a break, there a break, everywhere a break.
And, here it is. This is the reason why Serena dominated tennis before, because it was so hard to break her. And these girls, you could just break them. You guys keep breaking each other back and forth. I always say that the better player, the champion of a Grand Slam, is the one that got broken the least. in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost seemingly like some of the women's matches, it really doesn't matter even who's serving.
Yeah, you can't even clap and say, yes! You shouldn't even do that because you might get broken in the next game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Coco Gauff, if she doesn't get burned out in tennis before she's 20, and we'll talk about a little bit about that, remind me. I think your dad even mentioned that. But like Capriati and a lot of others. Anyway, rewind back. What was I just talking about?
Muguruza of the break, they kept breaking each other.
Yeah. So I think in a lot of the women's matches, though, it doesn't even matter who's serving. But Coco Gauff, on the other hand, her second serve speed is still very much keeping your opponent honest. I didn't mean to get off on Coco Gauff, but Coco Gauff is one of the type players up and coming that can dominate this type of serving performance. Break here, break there, another break, simply because she can put a lot of pressure on her second serve. So can Kvitova.
Yeah, I put here that Muguruza, in order for her to beat Halep, needs to clean up her serve because she's facing someone that's going to get the ball back every single time. And if she is getting broken on her serve, she's going to have trouble beating her.
Yeah, Halep and Muguruza, I want to say, have played 5 times. I think Muguruza has won 3 on hard court, and Halep has won 2 on clay. So I think they're 3-2 head-to-head, but 3-0.
2-3. Muguruza's up, yeah.
Yeah. I think that Muguruza does not need to play Halep's game in this match, but real quickly, back to the...
She can't play Halep's game. She doesn't know how to play Halep's game.
She has to get through it quickly. She needs to set up points and get it over with, because if Halep's retrieving and she can get to every ball, and Muguruza's not putting her shots through the court and not just kind of back into the court, then Halep's going to dominate. When Halep gets on the move and striking the ball from a foot behind the baseline to just a little bit inside of it, she's comfortable. She can just thump off points. The Muguruza Pavlyuchenkova match, real quickly, was really close on paper. Look at this. Muguruza only served at 56% of her first serve percentage. So that's a really run-of-the-mill type first serve percentage. Generally, in quarterfinals and semifinals, round of 16, serving at 56%, male or female, doesn't necessarily mean a good day at the office at all. However, Pavlyuchenkova had 8 double faults. So the 8 double faults kind of earns back some of those first serves Muguruza was missing and kind of labels the playing field. Pavlyuchenkova was only winning 23% of her second serve points. So she coughs up 8 double faults and then only wins 23% of her second serve points. That's a real tough thing to overcome. Total points won, 71 points to 56 points. Muguruza winning 71 points. So if you take a look, though, and look at the amount of double faults. So let's take away 71 points won, and let's just subtract 10, easy math. 61 points, 60 to 56. You add a couple of percentage on Pavlyuchenkova's second serve points, and you got a level playing field. So with the double faults from Pavlyuchenkova, and the very weak and readable light up. I mean, Muguruza was taking her second serve, not even having to move. It would thump the forehand or thump the backhand right in the sit crank zone. Just bow, or just hearing boom, just acute angles, unloading on them. So moving forward, my advice from a coaching perspective to Pavlyuchenkova would be to please work on the serve. Don't try to put so much on it, per se. Try to kind of bring down the pace maybe on the first a little bit, pick your spot, same thing, second spot, but there was no movement on her second serve. It was like straight sitter zone, right in kind of the middle of the service box, even like 6 inches inside the service line, and she was just teeing off on it. So if you increase some percentages here, move a little double faults down here. Pavlyuchenkova was really much in the thick of it.
She definitely was. The match point, Muguruza came to the net and put a short volley that Pavlyuchenkova couldn't get to. I mean, it was a good way to end the match.
You are right, though, and your father, Nathan, is right. With the Muguruza-Halep match, if Halep is comfortable, and Halep is comfortable moving left to right, as long as she's not caught in three-quarter court, or as long as she's not at the net all the time, or if she's 7 feet behind the baseline hitting off the back foot all the time, then she's going to dominate. So if I was Muguruza, I might want to draw her in, go at her like we watched in the video to start. Just go at her face. Why not? Push her off, make her mad, piss her off, Go at her face, bring her in, try to lob her. She's 5'4"? Bring her in, lob her up. And not necessarily try to hit corner to corner, inside in, inside out, corner. backhand to backhand.
I don't know that I would hit too much corner to corner with Halep.
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
She will get in trouble with that.
Yeah,
she loves that. You got to kind of neutralize her.
Yeah. Use some Bar T-like tactics. Bring Halep in. Lob her. Bring Halep in.
My dad says slice a lot against Halep.
Slice and dice with her. My dad's
telling her. Slice. That's why Barty, she puts her players, her players are a bit confused because she brings in that slice. You got to have that touch in the game.
Good match, though, overall. The better player did win. After all, she's won 2 majors. All right, let's jump right into Wawrinka and Zverev.
Wawrinka came out booming. Honestly, I went to sleep early. I watched the first set. I saw it was 5-0 Wawrinka. And I said, he's got this. 5-0. No way he's going to lose this. He kept waking up in the middle of the night, and we recorded the matches. So when I woke up around 5, I watched it. And I said, what the hell happened? How could he lose to Zverev? Does Zverev really beat him? Like, really just outplayed him? No. He looked like he had no more energy left. After that second set, he sounded like an old man grunting. It was like, He was so flat on top of that. It sounded like an old man.
Jeez.
You know how when we get older, our voices kind of get, older? You could tell the difference.
Well, the grunt became a little softer, but you could still hear it.
And then he was so flat, and his serve was missing. Zverev was missing a lot of shots, but his serve was much better. His serve actually helped him out in this match because he was able to get out of trouble a lot of times. But I'm watching this match, I don't think Zverev beat him down. He played a tired Wawrinka who feels his age, who's played 5 sets before he played him.
You mentioned Wawrinka played like he feels his age. I'm going to disagree with you there. I think Wawrinka is still one of the fittest.
I'm talking about he played 5 sets before.
Okay.
And he was sick. We know he had the flu. He looked flat.
Okay. That little nugget right there. What did you say? He had the what?
Flu.
Okay.
Your body doesn't quite recover.
I'm not a doctor.
He was
obviously.
lucky to get through Medvedev.
But when the human body made up of what 200 million cells or something, I forget the average, give or take. But when we get sick, every one of those cells is infected. It's everything is out of whack in a sense. He did go through a couple of 5-set matches. But with Wawrinka, he gets better in 5-set matches. He thrives in that, and he is extremely fit. So I don't think it was the 5-set matches at all. I don't think Zverev blew him off the court. I think that he was fatigued from being sick, and he was not able to push the envelope like he normally could do.
He looked fatigued.
He looked fatigued. He looked like he ran out of gas, but I don't think it's because it's because he's 34. He's 34, I think. I don't think it's because he's 34. I think it's just because he was sick. He played a 5-setter against Seppi and Medvedev.
Yeah. Zverev had 5 out of 13 break points. That tells you right there that Wawrinka is not serving the way he normally serves. He was trying to go for a lot. A lot of times I noticed he was trying to go for more than what he usually goes to just to try to end the point. Wawrinka had 3 out of 6 break points. Yeah.
Yeah, and Wawrinka, correct me if I'm wrong, has served really spectacular throughout the entire tournament. And he served great in the first set. Zverev, I'm like, geez, this is going to be a runaway. I think I cut the TV off late last night.
5-0.
No, it was 6-1. You went down at 5-0. I went down at 6-1. I woke up and I saw that it was going the other way, and I kind of turned it back on. And anyway, the rest is history. But Wawrinka did fade in a way. Decision making, taking the wrong shot selection, spraying backhands, unforced errors left and right. He was out of gas, and I think you said it perfectly. Also, too, Zverev has had a just absolutely horrendous serve all season long, and so check out these stats on Zverev's serves. Zverev had 13 aces last night, which is good because usually he has 13 double faults. He has
We need to celebrate for this guy.
Good for him,
we've been
right?
giving him, and I still don't care for him, but we've been giving him just heat about his, serving, sucking, and not getting far into a slam, and here he is in the semifinals.
Yeah, so
didn't expect that.
Zverev again had 13 aces to Wawrinka's 5. Generally the other way around. Wawrinka had 5 double faults, and Zverev only had 1. First serve percentage, Wawrinka was serving at 56%, and Sasha Zverev was serving at 80%. Geez, go figure this out. Zverev had 13 break chances, converting 5 of them. So he was getting his break chances, and we know why, because Wawrinka wasn't able to pull off what he wanted to because he was fatigued. Wawrinka had 6 break point chances, converted 3. Zverev also won 40 receiving points from Wawrinka serve to only 29 from Wawrinka on Zverev serve. So plus a couple of 5-setters mixed in with being sick. There's your story.
There is a story. I mean, well, good for Zverev for being in the semifinals. I think he will have a very tough time with Thiem. Thiem would be stupid to lose to Zverev, honestly. Well, yeah. Nadal goes down to Dominic Thiem. Score was 7-6, 7-6, 4-6, 7-6. You watch the first set. Nadal was up 5-3. Could have, should have, would have.
Could have, should have, would have.
He
had his chances. He had his chances. He was serving for the set at 5-3.
Yeah, many chances he had. To me personally, through the whole match, Nadal looked very tentative. It looked like he was hitting super loopy. His balls were short. I mean, he just didn't take advantage of the moment. Even in the tiebreakers that I watch, many times he had opportunities, to get back. He got broken in the third set. We know that, in my opinion, Thiem should have finished this match in 3 sets. He had the chance to finish in 3 sets, 3 match points, and finally converted. You could tell he was nervous at 5-4 in that 4th set. He was serving for it, definitely choked, hit a lot of balls in the net, double faulted. He looked angry. He was looking at his camp. His camp kept telling him, come on, push. Finally did it. Good for him. The better player won, I thought.
I don't know about the better player.
The better player
The better player, yes.
I'm not talking about he's a better player than that. I'm talking about the better player that day.
The better player, okay, yes. Stand corrected.
Yes.
Nadal had his chances first and foremost. Obviously, if you watch the match, we watched this match. Nadal had his chances. To say he didn't is just not true.
Match point, he missed his favorite shot. Lefty forehand. He could have gone down the line and he would have tied up things, but it didn't happen. He went into the net.
This is one of those matches where every single point counted. On paper, it was an extremely good match. Djokovic, by the way, as a result of this match, in my opinion, can basically walk into the winner's circle. I don't think Thiem's going to threaten him, but we're going to talk about that match or the potential thereof in just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Every point counted in this match. So here's a couple categories that show how tight the match is. Some of the major categories, especially in men's tennis. Aces. Check mark goes to Thiem on this one. Thiem has 14 aces to Nadal's 11. Now, for Nadal to serve 11 aces, that's pretty good for Nadal. He's not... the only year that I saw Nadal really ripping off aces and looking superhuman was 2010. And if you remember 2010, he won the U.S. Open. I think that year, dressed in all black, looked like he was jacked up. Anyway, but Nadal's not going to really bully you off the court with a serve. He gets 11 aces, so that was pretty good, but Thiem still has 14. Now, Thiem only served at 59% for serves, and Nadal served at 70%, so Nadal should have capitalized there, and just that percentage alone indicates that he had his chances. Mm-hmm. And he did have his chances. He did not convert, as you said, right? Thiem, so that would be a check mark for Nadal on first serve percentage. So Thiem's got a check for aces, Nadal's got a check for first serve percentage. Nadal had 9 breakpoint opportunities, converted 4. Thiem had 8, converted 3. So pretty close, but Nadal's going to take the edge by percentage, by a smidgen. Okay, so 2 checks for Nadal, 1 for Thiem. Mm-hmm. Tiebreakers 1. Thiem 3, Nadal 0.
Obviously, it was 7-6.
That you can't overcome that, and why weren't we able to overcome this 3-0? What was happening? Look at the receiving points, especially during tiebreakers. Thiem had 55 receiving points won. Nadal had 47. So just those few receiving points, especially in tiebreakers, basically spelled the tale of this match. So an incredibly good match. The better player did not win, but good for Thiem, I guess you could say.
I'm saying the better player that day.
Yeah.
Personally, I found, like a lot of people, he thumps the ball, yes. Have you noticed he hits his forehand off 1 foot? The left leg goes up. Every time he hits a forehand, he's hitting it off his back.
Don't I have a habit of doing it myself?
It's horrible. I'm like, wait a minute. This guy is hitting right here. All his forehands. I was watching them. I was like, he's off balance. Why isn't Nadal trying to hit flat through him?
If the reason why this is an issue is because if we are trying to contact the ball out front, getting the ball out front, and we find ourselves hitting off the back foot, we tend to hit fall away, and our follow through tends to come up and around behind us a little bit.
Yeah, he does it behind a lot.
We've talked about this type of follow through. What happens is it gives more bite on the ball. It takes RPM, not RPM, but it takes speed off, adding RPM. But the ball, unless you are just playing that deep kind of Nadal topspin clay type game, it's really not beneficial to anybody, because if you're not hitting your spots, your opponent can come in on those balls and thump them back in your face.
Yeah.
So,
and I think this is where he will, if Djokovic
will beat him because of that.
As he's falling off, Djokovic will be on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many shots where Nadal could have put the ball away, and he would just. It was so short, so loopy.
Yeah, Thiem was playing Nadal at his own game in a way on a lot of his shots, hitting off the back foot, floating deep, hitting some winners behind him, and you see Nadal kind of being honest to recovering, kind of giving him the open court, but still kind of leaning that way, and he would take the heavy topspin ball behind Nadal. You see Nadal got passed a lot right behind him on multiple times.
Yes.
So Thiem did good at beating Nadal at his own game. However, Djokovic, in my opinion, is going to beat Thiem at his very own game, which is I don't even think it's going to be close.
He has to go through Zverev, and that's a 6-2 head-to-head. My dad says that he picked Thiem to win this tournament from the beginning, and he says, time for new faces. You will see, mark my word, that Thiem will beat Djokovic. And he said, don't be surprised if Federer surprises us with Djokovic.
I disagree with both. I think Djokovic is going to beat Federer and handily, maybe in 4 sets.
I say 4 sets. But I'm hoping Federer wins. So we'll see.
All right, so let's project forward. So women's semifinals, let's forecast it. Break down each one just a little bit. Simona Halep versus Muguruza. Who you got and why?
Muguruza, because I think that she's the power player. I think that she will put the ball, hopefully, if she goes with that strategy, 1-2-3 tennis. It'll be, I give it a 4 and a 4.
6-4, 6-4 Muguruza? Mm-hmm. All right, number one, I think I may have to warn everybody to turn your volume down during this match. This could be a screech and grunt fest, so be warned. I haven't really had to break out the screech meter this entire tournament because we haven't had like Sharapova play Azarenka or something.
Well, Risk,
well, yeah, okay. Well, we'll say Risk holds the grunt for the Australian award.
There's been a few grunts we've talked
about. So, Halep Muguruza. I'm going to say I want Muguruza to win because I think she should be back in the thick of things for every major. It's nice to see her back, and Halep's been here. I think that if Muguruza could keep the point short, put the ball through the intended target, through the intended path when she finds her opening and make her shot, I think she'll win in 3 sets. I think if Halep's moving and hitting the ball on the run where she likes to, I think that Halep will kind of win kind of easily. So I'm going to give this a pick'em. My personal odds are this is a pick'em. Too tight for me to call it. May the better player win. I like both players, but I would like to see Muguruza win. But in terms of calling it, it's a pick'em for me. I don't know. Pick'em. Mm-hmm. Next match, Ashley Barty versus Sofia Kenin. What you got? And
I mean, in paper, Barty should beat her, right? She's the number 1 player. She has the Grand Slam. Here you have a 21-year-old American. First time being in a semifinal. Will she feel the pressure? I mean...
22, I think.
She's 21.
Is she 21?
21, 22, same thing. Doesn't matter. 39, 40, same thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Will she feel the pressure being there in a semifinal? I think for Kenin to beat her, she's got to personally not let Barty get into the points. In other words, slides, drop her. I think she needs to make Barty feel comfortable, and I really don't know how you do that with her. That's a tough match. I give that one to Barty in 2 sets.
This is another really difficult match for me. Well said, Carla. For Sofia Kenin, you're absolutely right. The pressure will build, and the pressure will build by the time she walks out onto the court. By the way, good for her for being here. I applaud her father and their story. Barty has a really good one, too. Barty, in my opinion, is the better player from an all-around package. Kenin, if she gets in her zone, she can be lights out. And she can win the match. Sometimes Kenin gets a little ticked off sometimes and plays a little too fast. And because she plays too fast sometimes she misses key opportunities to challenge something or to think or to breathe. She's always going.
Not only that, she's going to have the crowd against her in this one.
Okay, but now here's the pressure on the flip side of that. Barty, I think, is the better player. I think by 20%. Barty will have all of Australia. and all of the world for that matter. Australia's dealt with these bushfires and a lot of other stuff. So Australia hasn't seen a women's champion, and I think since the 1970s or something.
Margaret Court probably has to be the last one, right?
So I think that it's so great for Barty to win this, but I think the pressure is so great there as well. But the good news for Barty is she's won a major before, so it's not so pressured. But she's being pressured to represent her entire country.
But I don't think that she feels pressure. I think she would feel more pressure if she was playing maybe in Osaka or an Andreescu. I don't think she's gonna feel that with a Kenin. And not only that, Kenin might want to. She probably will try to speed up the game, but Barty knows how to slow it down.
Yeah, I'll give that match to Barty. The first one, Halep Muguruza, it's a pick'em. I hope Muguruza wins, though. No offense to Halep, I like her too. Barty versus Kenin, I'm gonna give it to Barty. All right, so men's semifinal. Federer versus Djokovic. Who you got and why?
Look, everybody's gonna pick Djokovic to win. I say Djokovic in 4 sets. I mean, why? He's very dominant. I mean, he really has a struggle in this tournament. This is his baby. He's won many slams. It's hard court. He's a specialist on this surface. On at least the surface at Australia. But honestly, I'm gonna pick Federer
to win.
To win.
Like realistic, or just you're hoping?
I'm hoping maybe a miracle. Maybe the Federer fans beg and get down and pray. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe.
Federer hasn't beaten Novak Djokovic on an outdoor hard court since 2015 Cincinnati. Is that right? That's a long time ago. Again, Federer's prime's long been gone. Love Federer, big time fan, or one of the hardest court fans ever. But as any sports fan, sometimes you have to know, it's time to rebuild. I'm a 49er, and we were in a rebuilding process with the 49ers for the past 8-9 years, and I understood that. So it's just Federer, again, to think that he's going to compete with Novak Djokovic straight up.
I don't know that he thinks that.
Well, okay, so in my opinion, Djokovic, if he's not being gracious to Federer, can beat Roger 6-3, 6-2, 6-3.
Maybe he better hope that Djokovic has an off day or got into a fight or something, or maybe serving volley, surprise the guy.
Well, I don't think out of respect, these two have played this will be the 50th time. What is that? 20? No, that's 20. 50. Let's go. I don't think Djokovic has any. In college football, some coaches will run up the score on their opponents, right? And then some coaches are chastised in the media. Man, why'd you beat that team 74-0? Why didn't you put your reserves in, your second string, your third string? You didn't have to beat them 74-0. Let them save face, right? I think this is the type predicament that Djokovic must find himself in. I can beat Roger Federer 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, honestly. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. But can I prosper more as a fighter and as a salesman of my global brand? And can I get more people to buy my stuff if I make the match a little bit more competitive? And don't call me a conspiracy theorist.
No, I don't.
But there is something to making the match a little bit more interesting if you are selling your global brand and your overall.
Why would you give a guy a game when you know that?
I'm not saying you're going to give a guy a game, but I think if the match is close, that something is either wrong physically with Djokovic, or there's a little bit of WWE script writing behind the scenes.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, Djokovic should beat him straightforward.
He wants to get 17. He wants to get close to Federer's thing. I don't think that he's going to come out here saying, let me give this guy a couple games. No, he's going to come and try to beat him, I think the score will be more like 6-4, 6-4, 7-5, 5-7, 6-4, something like that.
All right. My score is Djokovic winning in 3 sets, 6-4. 7-5, 7-6.
Okay, well that's close. See.
All right, straight sets though. Right. Next match, Dominic Thiem.
What are the odds, by the way?
I got the odds coming up.
Okay.
Last match though, predict on our own is Dominic Thiem playing Alexander, i.e. Sasha Zverev. Who you got and why?
Dominic Thiem. I mean, I don't even want to watch this match. I'm just saying, I don't even want to watch this match because I think Dominic Thiem is the much better player. He should be.
I think for me, who I want to win is the player that I think will give the final match the most respect.
Thiem.
And I think it's Thiem.
Definitely. If it's Zverev, we might as well just hand the trophy to Djokovic.
Yeah,
Say,
you
"There
don't.
go."
If it's Zverev that wins, you can't be too safe as a fan that you're going to get a good performance out of him. No matter who you like, I think you want to see a tight match, good performance, whatever. I think Thiem is going to be a more I'll try to fight you type fighter.
I'd rather see Thiem in the final.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
who would you rather see in a boxing match? Djokovic versus Thiem or Djokovic versus Zverev? You see what I'm saying? I want to see the two better athletes as a whole fight each other, and that would be Djokovic Thiem. And I have no reason to believe that Zverev can repeat his serving performance that he did against Wawrinka because he hasn't done it all year. Once, is that a sign of things to come, or is it just luck?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm going to take Thiem on that match. I'm going to take Thiem to get to the final, to square off against Djokovic, and then we'll go from there on predictions. Vegas odds as of before writing this show. I'm going to shoot through them real quick. So Dominic Thiem is minus 187 and his semifinal match. What minus 187 means? You have to bet $187 to win $100. So that means Dominic Thiem is a slight favorite. So if I go to the casino and I'm like, yo, I want to bet $100 on, I want to win $100 on Dominic Thiem, and, the house is like, all right, well, you got to drop 187 on the table, and then if you win, I'll give you your 187 back and hit you with another 100.
Man, I might as well come bring like 10,000 if I had it. Boom.
So Dominic Thiem, you got to bet 187 to win 100.
That's a safe bet, real safe.
However, Alexander Sasha Zverev is plus 170, meaning I can bring in my bill. What's up? I want to bet on Zverev to win. Okay, well, it's $100, and if you win, you get back 170. Okay, so there's some action there. It's pretty tight, but there's some action there. Just to double my money, pretty much, I'm going to take Zverev plus the 170 with the odds. I'm going to go Zverev for a cool grand, for a cool 1,000. Dropping 1,000 on Zverev. Feel it, and my return could be 1,700 big ones. Let's go.
That's stupid. It would be very stupid to do that.
I'm going to take Zverev the plus 170 for a grand. Let's get down.
Stupid.
Let's go, Furzy 09. Wasn't that someone that was just talking about Vegas odds?
I think that was Eric Cartman.
Eric Cartman. Eric Cartman. I said Furzy because I was thinking about Furzy. All right, so here's the odds on the Roger Federer-Novak Djokovic match. Here we go. Novak Djokovic is minus 850. That means if I want to win $100 on Novak Djokovic, I got to bring the house $850. Boom. There's my 850, 150 short of $1,000. And if I win, I get back my $850 plus 100. I get back $950. So if Djokovic loses, I lose $950. If I win,
that was Eric
I win $100. So you hear the stat?
That was Eric Cartman. Yeah.
You hear the stat?
Mm-hmm.
Djokovic is minus 850, meaning to win $100, you have to put down 850.
No thanks.
Okay?
I'm not betting on anybody.
Huge favorite. Roger Federer, on the other hand, is plus 600. So if I bet $100 on Roger Federer and he wins, I get back 6. So that's some action there. But Djokovic is a heavy favorite, 850. Minus 850. So on the women's side, Ashley Barty is minus 275 against Sofia Kenin. Meaning, if I want to bet on Ashley Barty, I got to bet $275. If I win, I get back my 275 plus 100. So she's minus 275. Big favorite. Sofia Kenin is plus 260. Bet 100, get back 260 if she wins. Follow me?
Yeah, I might throw the 100.
Some action there. You might throw a 100 on Kenin.
Yeah.
All right. Last match. Halep Muguruza. Halep. Now this is tight odds here. So Halep is a minus 150. Bet 100 if I win, I get back 150. Muguruza is plus 137. So if I bet on her, I get back 137. So it's tight there.
Nah, I bet no one there.
So on each one, I'm gonna go with the big action. I'm gonna take Federer plus the 600. So I'm gonna bet $100 on Federer plus the 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop the plus 170 on Zverev.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll with the minus 2. No. Oh, I might lose the house on this one. I'm gonna roll with the Barty at minus 275, break even on 1 and 2 and 3, and then I'm gonna roll with Halep at the minus. Oh, now I guess I'm gonna go with Halep at the minus 150.
And this is why you don't bet.
All right, that's all I got.
Well, in news, did you guys hear that Federer got fined for saying whatever mixed stuff he said.
Because of the rat?
$3,000 because the thing went.
What, wasn't there a snitch involved?
Teacher. Federer cursed. And it was mixed. It was a slang.
I think the little rat that snitched him out should, just like, I don't know.
Make her pay the $3,000.
No one likes a snitch.
Just
Come on,
kidding.
don't be a rat.
Just kidding. By the way, in women's doubles final, Strykova, the number 1 seed, against Mladenovic and Timea Babos, number 2 seed. So I guess Mladenovic does have a doubles career.
And I'm guessing that Sue Shea having the two hands on both sides kind of helps them out a bit, I would think, because she can kind of play lefty and righty on her side of the court.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. What else was I going to say?
Didn't Makarova say she was going to retire?
Oh, she's retired from tennis. That's it. She didn't even play this tournament. She's done with tennis.
Yeah, so she was
great player.
You mentioned doubles. She was a great doubles player.
Yeah, she was a great player. She did beat quite a few top-ranked players, I remember. Did quite a few upsets. But she always had a mental problem with tennis, in my opinion.
Good player.
Yeah, very good player. Gosh. Oh, yes. Bethany Maddox-Sands and Jamie Murray are on to the semifinals.
God, dude. And all of you, if you watched the show we did a couple of shows ago where we discussed the importance of the point when Jamie Murray and Bethany Maddox-Sands during their mixed doubles tournament got really out of hand and it went on 10 minutes, the importance of it. Mm-hmm. And at this level of doubles, a break point is, no matter what the score is in the set, 0-0. It doesn't matter. You give up a break point in doubles and you're done, basically.
Very true. Look, they wouldn't have made a semifinal if they didn't fight.
Literally, if they didn't fight that point to the best of their ability, I can promise you they would have lost that match. And even though it was 0-1 in the first set.
Yeah.
Right?
On to other news, I read where the ATP canceled many tournaments in China due to the coronavirus.
Yeah, devastating thing.
I saw about one, Quan, in March, 80,000 challenger. They canceled it. Zhuhei, $80,000, which is nothing, by the way, if you win these tournaments. $80,000, that's the prize money for everybody, to share.
They do it for points.
Shenzhen, 90,000. Zhangyin Gang, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Sorry, Wayne and Chia, correct me if I'm wrong. 80,000. In April, another challenger worth 125,000 will be rescheduled. And the Fed Cup is moving their qualifying from China to Kazakhstan. I always have problems saying
Kazakhstan.
No.
Kazakhstan,
yes. I don't know why I always have problems saying that country.
It's a difficult word. I remember as a kid, I would play that game Risk, and you would have the Kampuchea Peninsula. And, anyway, I remember some of those tough words. Kazakhstan's a tough one.
Yeah.
The coronavirus thing, quite a an interesting thing. I grew up as a son of a physician or a retired Navy flight surgeon, and kind of being in labs that around them was something that interested me as a child. The interesting thing is as the world gets more populous, and especially in certain parts of the world where the population is just quite blossoming, you get some little pesky virus that starts jumping around. And it can really go to hell in a handbasket pretty quickly. So good for the tournaments to move. Probably smart decision.
Right.
But even more courage and love goes to those that are there and are in the thick of it, on the trenches, the front line, risking life to find out, I guess you could say, vaccines to some of these deadly diseases. But they will only get worse as the world gets to be busier. All right, so we're going to end the show with a quick version of 12 rapid-fire questions. If you've been here before, you know how it rolls. If not, I'm going to ask 12 questions, answer them quick in comments, and then we can put the proof in the pudding by checking your answers. All right, question number 1. Are you ready, Carla?
Yep.
Will Stanislaus Wawrinka raise another major trophy?
No.
Question number 2. Any chance Sasha Zverev wins this title?
No.
Question number 3. Does Coco Gauff get burned out from tennis at a very early age, before the age of 20? Like who? Capriati's winner?
I don't think so, no.
You think she's good?
I think she's fine. I think it seems like her parents know what they're doing.
I wish the best for her. I like her a lot, but there's nothing new underneath the sun. I grew up in a family of tennis and grew around other kids.
My dad says she'll be burned out by 19, but we'll see.
Yeah, I grew up with kids like this. I was one of those kids. You go through time where you're burned out, you're done with it, you get separated from it, you're like, geez, I'm free. And then all of a sudden, it's too late, and you want to just get back into it, but, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Well, Barty took a break, so, it can be done, right?
But I think she still played cricket, though, pro cricket.
Yeah, well, she says
so she was still
everybody
competing.
keeps saying pro. That's taken. You guys are using that word too lightly.
Too much. Well, I think she still competed. Sometimes when you leave competition and don't do anything at all except maybe study and you just completely get away from athletics, your body, it's hard to bring the body back. But I think what I'm getting at is Barty stayed active in sport of sort.
Sure.
Okay. Question number 4. Is there a legitimate gripe, a legitimate argument about counting 24 majors for Margaret Court when 7 of them were prior to the Open era and all 11 of them all 11 of them being Australian Opens during those times had almost no diversity in the draws at all?
Definitely correct. Yes.
Question number 5. Who has the better chance of beating Novak Djokovic? Dominic Thiem or Sasha Zverev?
Dominic Thiem.
Question number 6. Who wins the women's final this year here?
Big question mark. I don't know.
I'm going to take Muguruza. Or, no, excuse me. Blah, I forgot about Barty there. I'm going with Barty. Barty, sorry. Second in line would be Muguruza. Number 7. Do you think Rafael Nadal will tie Roger Federer at Roland Garros this year with his 20th major?
Yes.
Question number 8. Do you think Tennis Sandgren will get into another major quarterfinal?
Hell no.
Question number 9. Are you looking forward to the Summer Olympics?
I don't care. No.
Well, you still need to answer question number 11. What is your favorite Summer Olympic sport outside of tennis?
The swimming? A summer?
Yeah.
Swimming.
I'm going to go like...
I like watching the swimming.
I'm going to go with like the 200 meters, the 100 meters is track and field.
Track. Yeah, I love watching that.
Usain Bolt was always electric. Kevin Johnson, Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Retired?
Let's go. Carl Lewis.
Didn't he retire?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You might see him again, though. Question number 11. Are you in favor of the WTA allowing coaching from the player's box or sidelines?
I'm not in favor, but it's got to be done. I see why they're doing it.
Last question, number 12. On a scale of 1 to 10, how exciting has this Australian Open been, with a 10 being very exciting and a 1 being not very?
I say 10. There's been some great matches. I give it a 10.
Yeah.
It's too early to rate all of them. I like to see how
I said so far.
So far, 10.
So far, I'm going to give it a 6. I don't think it's been that exciting.
The guys' matches have been pretty fun to watch. Yeah.
All right, that's it, everyone. Much love to all of you. We are out. Always fun. Please subscribe to our channel. We will see you mañana. And that's a wrap. I'm going to do a show separately. Carla's got to run my oldest son to a college interview for scholarship, so he's got to go to that. And I'll do a fantasy team update, separate video by myself a little bit later on. And there's still 1 person left for the tennis racket, 1 person, and there's 5 people fighting for the top 2 spots on fantasy.
Just 1 person left for the racket.
1 person left. I'm not going to spoil it here. No spoiler alert here. I'll go over who is still alive and who they have picked for the tennis racket, the Onyx V Core 97, and the 5 people fighting for the top 2 spots on fantasy.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks so much. Much love to all of you. Adios.